All right, so let's talk about the set and the lighting for good people. So usually we do a unit set, which is one location, but this play has 4 different locations? Five different locations. So how are you, as a set and lighting designer, managing that, Scott? That challenge?
This play was definitely a challenge for our space. Like you said, we usually do a unit set, so things are simple and they're moving and they're fluid. For this one, we ended up having each location out on stage. Not something I normally do. I like to do reveals, but we decided to keep everything in view, and that way we have a conceit that Margie can travel from space to space. So she's the only one that it breaks the barriers, the walls, and as a fluid movement through the different areas. What we did was unify everything with brick, and you can see in the background the brick is under construction, and the locations are backed up, supported with projections south of interiors, exteriors. With lighting, the director would like it to be as tight as possible. So to do that, we're actually adding a grid above our stage, something we haven't done before. Because right now our grid is very low and the light spills pretty extensively in the space. So to try and keep it tight, we're going to add grid above the stage. And luckily this year we have some equipment upgrades, so we can add more lighting.
Well, as soon as I decide, which is usually March, kind of February, March, we start talking. And we start having discussions about is it even possible for us to do this show? And then as soon as a director is hired, the 3 of us start having production meetings even before we have anything else, because we have to start early. Everything has to start early in Franklin because we don't have the ability, we're not in a big city, we can't go run out and buy something, we have to have things delivered. And also, as Scott was saying, usually our workforce is limited to interns and some hires, like a carpenter to help Scott for a couple days. This year, we made a decision to hire a production manager, and I think that's a very good decision because it allows Scott to have backup and help and support with somebody who's a professional who knows how to build, and that makes a world of difference.
So very similar. The interns that I get have limited experience. Some can build, some no lighting, some have no experience. So every year it's training as well. So getting an intern up to speed, but also tool safety, shop etiquette, shop safety, all that has to be taught. Even just how to handle a flat. Everything that I take for granted every day is brand new to them, and I have to remember that and deal with that lag time in producing things. Like I know what I can do in a day, but an intern might take 3 days. And so I have to build that in. So having Evan, our production manager, is great because he's on my level and I can just give him tasks or have him manage interns while I go shopping or buy materials, that kind of thing. So this year is really good, especially with Evan keeping me on task. We've made a schedule and expectations every day. And so every day we check in, where are we at? Are we behind? Are we a little bit ahead? So that's really great because I can get distracted. I can get in dreamy pie in the sky land and not in
as a lot as designers
and he can pull me back down and be like, no, it's Thursday. So that's been great.